Halt, knave! So Yorkie of the Shire stands before you, asking are you friend or foe? If foe, then disappear once more, back into the vile hole from which you came. If friend, then come join me as I return to Golarian for more Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, where we find ourselves in the market square. See what we can do here. Actually, no, we're back at the Defender's Heart. We haven't quite finished clearing out the market square, but there are other places to go to. And we are very close to leveling up. Now, since we've taken time off, let us speak to Darren. Anyone who saw the video I posted earlier will know that I've hurt my back, so I'm not streaming. Sitting here for a 2-hour stream is not good. Being able to put a cut in if I have to stand from a recording is doable. Defender's Heart is a splendid choice for the Crusades outpost. The very sight of these walls brings back fond memories of drinks and revels. The drinks were really good, by the way. People say that you're deliberately trying Queen Galfred's patience. Is that true? Does it even matter? All of Mendevian high society has declared war on me. They either despise me or they're trying to steer me back to the right path. And I'm doing everything in my power to keep them on their toes. I relish the prospect of all the fun and mess Incalabres will bring. Darren grins from ear to ear. I shall either commission a song about the great Canabris fiasco from a certain talented bard, or confuse... Is that Aranka you're talking about? Or confuse the jewellers with a rather tall order, a batch of silver dragon toys with detachable heads. Give me a week, and they will be in every shop in the capital. You should make it sure it's really easy to rip the wings off the dragon trinket as well. Kids are going to love it. Little graveyard human never hurt anyone. Then laugh. So be it. From now on, you are my muse. May I ask a few personal questions? You can try. I've heard stories about the tragedy that befell your family. I hope you don't feel obliged to offer me your insincere condolences on this unfortunate occasion. My whole family, my entire noble line, they all died. And demons are to blame. It's not like I actually loved any of my relatives except my mother, but what's gone is gone. The family crypts are full of corpses, all covered in dust and shadows of the past. What do you cherish most in life, Darren? There are far too many things that I cherish to fit them all into a single conversation. Believe it or not, but I might be one of the most life-loving people you've ever known, Darren smiles. His eyes are gleaming with something different from his usual impudence and irony. There's a dreamy air about him all of a sudden. I rarely meet anyone who embraces the joys of living as enthusiastically as myself. There are so many exciting and beautiful things in the world. It should be illegal to waste your time on anything that you do not enjoy. Many would agree with that. And I am not afraid to repeat that to anyone's face, be it Discari and his demonic herd, or Amade the Lightbringer herself. What do you hate most? The feeling of helplessness. The lack of control over my life, Darren replies without thinking. Then he adds with obvious sarcasm, and onion rings, of course. I'll murder the person who came up with those abominations. Fair, fair. Curly fries, I would say, are much better. You don't seem especially keen, and actually, if you give me good old British chips and some vinegar, I'll take that any day. You don't seem especially keen on helping people. Oh, that's got me thinking now. I want a chip butty. The sadness of living in the USA. Nobody does a good chip butty here. You seem especially keen on helping people, but your knowledge of healing is truly impressive. What prompted your interest in that? If you really want to try out everything life has to offer, you also need to understand how to deal with the consequences. At least that's a sensible attitude, yes. I'm not talking about simple hangover, mind you. I would think not. Do you have any good stories about your exploits? I've got plenty. But I have to warn you that even the most outrageous debauchery sounds far less thrilling when you were not the one doing the debauching. True. Still, since you asked, I suppose the worst mess I've ever got myself into was when I staged my own kidnapping. I was once in correspondence with one of the Riverlands nobles, the young Lord Lebeda, and he told me about his days as a hostage to a group of bandits. This made me wonder what it would be like, and I thought it might be fun to set up a little experiment. I engineered my own kidnapping by a certain gang. through certain intermediaries and hired actors. Those fellows took the jobs very seriously. They caught me by surprise, killed my 2 bodyguards, and even tied me up. Of course, the whole thing seemed preposterous now, but it seemed like an ingenious idea at the time. The employers had told the kidnappers that they were to keep me safe and sound, and another group of mercenaries in disguise was watching the spectacle from afar, ready to interfere in case anything went wrong. It turned out to be a terrible idea nonetheless. It wasn't the least bit fun or exciting. Sure, those bandits had been unable to torture or hurt me physically in any way, but they had plenty of other non-invasive methods of humiliation in their arsenal. Taking almost all of your clothes off and splashing ice-cold water over you, for example. Ugh. I can't even remember if I said anything truly offensive to provoke them. Even though I initially planned to let them go after the ransom, their overly emotional reactions made me change my mind. I told my mercenaries to hang them all on the spot. I suppose the whole ordeal taught me a valuable lesson, which is that I am not built for hardships and trials. Ah, Darren. Darren, my friend. The universe, believe it or not, does not revolve around you. I'd say life's too short not to try everything you can. You're a fun-loving chap, and I appreciate that. Perhaps a little sensibility to others. So that was a stupid story, and now I'll tell you a truly brilliant one. Prelate Hullrun had always strictly prohibited any public celebrations in Canabres, and he always picked on me for my lack of respect for the fallen and whatnot. His grumblings annoyed me so much that one day I drove 4 barges into the city harbour and set up a celebration on their decks. The ships on the river didn't fall under the prelate's jurisdiction, you see, so all he could do was snarl at me from the embankment. I, for one, did not forget the old boy. The main attraction of the festivities involved an inquisitor of Ermedy dancing and roasting beautiful witches on illusory bonfires, taking off his clothes with every new victim. The spectacle was so heated, in every sense of the word, that the prelate almost had a stroke. Darren gives you a mischievous smile. I still consider that one of my finest ideas of all time. Should the Crusaders ever succeed in their efforts against the world wound, I will do my utmost to get permission to hold a grand public celebration. Rivers of wine free of charge, an obligatory parade, and a carnival in the evening. A contest for the most provocative succubus costume, with a hefty prize in gold. Another contest, where the participants have to fish a sausage out of a wine jar blindfolded with their hands tied behind their backs. The wine will symbolise the blood of all the dead heroes of the war, and the sausage, well, they'll find a heroic meaning for that as well. Over the years, the commemoration... He's not far wrong, people do that kind of thing. Over the years, the commemoration of the greatest victory of light over darkness will turn into an ordinary holiday, a fine excuse to get lost and rut like animals in the streets. He's also not wrong about that. Or a chance for commerciality and sales. Do you enjoy being mean to everyone? Yes. And here I thought you were hurling insults at people purely by accident. Darren laughs. This time his smile is surprisingly soft. I like your way with words. What did you expect me to say if I wanted to make a good impression? Something along the lines of, I'm not mean, I'm just being honest with myself and everyone else. That's what people use as an excuse when they want to keep up their saccharine facade, while still saying whatever nasty little thoughts spring to mind. He's definitely not wrong there. That is not what I do. I have no hidden agenda. I'm just as much of an insufferable prick as I seem to be. Okay. Some people are simply begging for a good dose of mockery. Oh, well, yes. So who am I to deny them? I don't give a damn if anyone holds a grudge against me, which is why I don't even try to avoid it. No more questions. I'd like to talk about life in Mendev and the Crusade. Oh, I'm all ears. What's your opinion on Mendev today in general? It doesn't exist, Darren scowls. It is a frontier country that has attracted every utopian, adventurer and fanatic from all over the world for more than a century. It is a place where the strangers outnumber the locals, especially in the cemeteries. The population of Mendev, for the most part, consists of humans and other races not exactly known for their longevity, but the current generation of Mendevians were born in the shadow of the world wound and raised by crusades. I might be the last person to complain about the decline of traditions and lack of character in our country, but I also happen to come from one of Mendev's most ancient lineages. Its history is bred deep in my bones. My tutors told me stories about my heritage. The galleries, libraries, and even interiors of the manors I grew up in were filled to the brim with memories of events long past. There are many heroes of old Mendev among the glorious ancestors, or at the very least, patrons and contemporaries of such heroes. Does anyone actually remember them now? I don't think so. These days, Mendev has its own heroes in shining armour with holy fire in their eyes. I myself remember how several streets that once celebrated my ancestors were renamed in honour of some crusaders who had died in a heroic fashion. None of the citizens remember the old crossing festival that was eventually replaced by Armas. These holidays even share the same date. Pretty much the only authentic thing about Mendev now is its endless war with the demons. And is there a point in bemoaning this state of affairs? What's gone is gone. But at least we were no longer some tiny godforsaken northern kingdom. And that's something, isn't it? Fair. You don't really like crusaders, do you? Quite the opposite. When I think about how many devoted heroes are willing to protect this world against a demonic threat, I feel so inspired. Inspired to continue indulging my vices while they fight to keep me safe. That is certainly one view on life. Imagine being someone like me, someone who has everything they can possibly desire. Youth, beauty, wealth, an honest wish to live and enjoy living, but vanishingly few ways to put it all to any use. The fact that the word fun itself is not yet outlawed in Mendev must be due to some bureaucratic oversight. You can celebrate your victory solemnly, you can wet your whistle after a challenging battle, but what about real fun, joys, pleasures? I can't remember a single evening in court without someone chastening me for my banquets, my lovers, mistresses, my luxuriant clothes, and my everything. It would have been a lot easier to tolerate all those hypocrites if they took a break once in a while. Instead, there was a constant fuss about how I wasn't doing everything for the greater good, and how I only brought shame on my royal cousin. What do you think of our enemies? Do you mean the demons themselves or their followers? The former deserve to be cleansed with heavenly fire for their unholy origin alone, and the latter for their idiocy. I don't understand why a sane person would submit themselves to Discari or Cabreri. Alright, Lady Nocticula almost seems like a bearable enough mistress. There are so many other cultists. They've tried to recruit me twice already, and I'm not even that old. First, a very pretty tiefling girl tried to seduce me. Then they came with promises of Lord Baphomet's endless boons. I still wonder what exactly old Hornhead could offer me that I don't already have. You know what I've been thinking? Every shopkeeper knows this trick. An enticing offer along the lines of 1 in every 100 buns from my bakery contains a silver coin. And of course, a hired actress to make a memorable show of finding said coin in her sweet roll. And there you have it. Hundreds of gullible fools storm the shop, hoping to win a prize for themselves. I think the infamous Erilu Vorlesh was such an actress for the Lords of the Abyss. A petty Sarkonian witch, who became the uncrowned queen of the world wound, waited upon hand and foot by demon lords. Only instead of visiting a bakery, the gullible fools rushed to join the cultists. He has an astoundingly cynically accurate view on parts of life, at least. We have an army of unbelievably powerful supernatural invaders from another dimension, hell-bent on destruction and domination. And what do these fools do? They serve them willingly as pawns and lackeys, hoping against hope that someday their masters will notice them. You won't believe how delighted I am to be so vain and self-absorbed. These sins protect me against demonic temptation, better than any virtue. Okay. I can't think of anything else at the moment. What made you join my party? You mean instead of carousing far away from Canabres with a small army of mercenaries to protect me? I'll get to that. You see, when you appeared at my door out of nowhere, awash with bravery and heroism, and started tossing demons around like ragdolls, I thought that your company might be more exciting than my usual crowd of sycophantic hangers-on. You seemed competent and mysterious at the same time, so I decided that a little demon hunting wouldn't hurt, especially with such an ingratiating entourage. Sorry, an intriguing entourage. That party had been growing staler with every passing second anyway. Needless to say, I'm not here for long. Shall return to the capital or even one of my country estates as soon as we reclaim the city. Crusades, bellowing commanders, row upon row of identical tents. This is not the life for me. But I will certainly remember you and our adventures together. For a week, or perhaps even longer than that. I should go. Farewell. And it is indeed time to head out now. We've caught up with everyone we must. Looks like they fixed the gate. Small areas of Market Square to deal with. I'm not worried about them just now. Let's head onward. Let's have a look at Silk Thread Atelier, which is where we were heading. Spotted enemies. Fight.
The inheritor. I won't let you hurt my friends. My blade.
This will leave a bruise. I'll just sit here. Don't worry about me.
There we are. Out we go. Dead cultists. Well, we'll pick them clean first. And what do we have here at the Silk Thread shop? And Usila. 414 left. Experience wise. Eight points, we'll certainly use one of them. Still 6, we'll use another. 12, yes. 7. Good.
I found something.
Where is it? I see. You silly fool! Oh, at least it's gone now. But how long for that? 4 seconds.
This way.
Damn fool, girl.
Can we retreat already? Burn. Nice. Behead. Yes, behead. T. Go.
Yes.
There we are.
Wherever my legs carry me.
And we have a little loot. Anything up here? Now do exit. There's something there. And something we just revealed. Ah. A trap. With a nameless one or faceless one, or whatever you want to call them.
I am helpful, am I not?
You are, but you aren't going to be here long term.
I'll cut you wide open.
Don't you just die already?
Well, that was them taken down. Is there anything useful in here? That looks like there's something. We have some loot. More. Nothing else there. And that's back outside. There's nothing in the bedroom? I guess not. Well, let's see what they're carrying. What's that? Helmet. Let's have a look at what we've got. Unbending armor. Max dexterity 5, so I could wear that. And it is armor class. It's only armor class 4. What does it do? Reduction by 3 on piercing damage. Your armor class 4, but your armor class 4 that actually does something useful. Well, you can have that. Helmet. Lesser kinetic diadem. This diadem increases damage dealt by the Kinesis Simple Energy Blast by 1d6, and by Kinesis Simple Physical Blast by 1d6 plus 1. Composite Energy Blasts instead deal an additional 2d6, while Composite Physical Blasts deal an additional 2d6 plus 2. That would be nice to have. That would certainly be nice to have.
Trust in yourself.
A little,
What's on your mind?
Yes.
I wonder.
Right, let's head out. That was worth capturing. Now we'll get the stuff that they held. What else do we have? The Tower of Estrod. I think I need some more healing before I step foot in there. In we go.
Forwards? No, backwards. Backwards!
Who's this? Nobody's burns a city that should never have fallen. Fate shows no mercy. Clouds may veil the stars, but nothing can hide the light in someone's soul, and I see that light in you. That's a sword I found. It's not my soul, it's just a sword. We'll stand shoulder to shoulder with you against evil. You seem to be disembodied spirits. I'm not sure that's going to be very useful to me. I hear the echo of a familiar voice. Feel the warmth of my kindred flame. My brother, we will help you. Will you? Alright. Oh, you cast a spell. Thought it did something useful. Ah, let's see. Angelic aspect for 30 minutes. You take on an aspect of an angelic being, including some of its physical attributes. You gain resistance to acid and cold, 10, DR5 against evil, plus 2 deflection bonus to AC, plus 2 resistance on saves against attacks made. Okay, it looks actually like they've helped us out some, which is good. The red-skinned, long-haired tiefling raises his pain-filled eyes to you. A huge magical brand stands out on his chest, freshly burned into his skin. The flesh around the brand is inflamed and has an unhealthy-looking hue. Hey, stop! Who are you? Crusaders? Well, well, well. I was looking to add a couple more Crusader heads to my collection and all. Why just assume we're Crusaders, though? Where'd you get that idea? I mean, do we look like Crusaders? Alright, the tiefling notices the sacred symbol of Iomedae gleaming on the paladin's chest and sighs. I suppose that explains it. You certainly don't look like a Crusader. Thank you. We're no Crusaders, we're just ordinary thieves, but vagrants and beggars. His eyes skate over the party and stop on Camellia. Well, and some local princess. You can take her and we'll be on our way. You're trying to lie to me, freak. I see the blood of the conquerors of this world flows in your veins, as it does in mine. You could have been on our side, but instead you're bowing and scraping for the mortals. You can die with them. Disgusting filth. Get out of here before I kill you all. Well, that's got some of them running. It seems that Killas took all the most intimidating and bloodthirsty warriors with him. Only the cowardly rabble have remained with Faxon. Half of them quickly turn to flee the tower, with Faxon rebuking profanities, following them as they go. I can kill you right now, or I can give you a few more moments of life if you answer my questions. The tiefling shoots you a vicious grin. You won't be getting out of here alive anyway, so why not? Let's chat. Who are you? You don't look like a museum worker. I am Faxon, servant of Baphomet, the ranking member of the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth in this city. A new master of this tower, and you'd better watch your mouth, or else my cursors will rip your soul to flaming shreds. What are you doing in a museum? For the last 3 months, this tower has served as cover for me and my servants. I set up my base in the cellar of the local museum and smuggled an entire regiment of my Templars into the city. It's the ideal place for a secret hideout. The museum was left in charge of a doddering old man who can hardly remember his own name. Now Lord struck Canabres, plunged a blade into the Crusader's back, and a glorious fight it was. Now Lord Xanthir has ordered us to strip Canabres of everything that might be of interest to him and remove it from the city. He's a great master of the occult and magical arts, and this museum is chock full of all kinds of relics that could prove very interesting to study. You look awful. What's wrong with your tattoo? Tiefling gives you a hateful glance. Lady Minago was displeased with me. She branded me with this rune to make me suffer. Minago wants me to subjugate the demons of Arali Discari to wrest control away from that idiot Kalas, but I failed. But it seems my luck is returning. You don't look like rank and file Crusaders. When I bring Minago your heads, all will be forgiven and she'll remove the brand. You should have run when you first saw me. Faxon's eyes narrow and fury as he releases a feral shriek that sets his gang slavering. His gang? It's not much of a gang. Alright. Alright. We actually need to sleep some, so let's just fight.
No glory without risk. The light take you.
So this is how it feels.
I didn't know I had it in me.
Well, that wasn't so hard now, was it? And so we gain a new level. Kineticist. Spell penetration would be useful. Although we're using earth at the moment, we don't need it right now. Precise strike. Coordinated maneuvers would be good. Or perhaps combat reflexes. Possible. I think coordinated maneuvers for now. Bowling infusion. A chance to knock them down. Sealer. Level 2 bard. I'm not going to give her a weapon focus, actually. I could give her extra performance, since she does have some bardic power, but is not going to have a lot. Could be useful. Or I could look to do things like outflank. Yes. The bardic abilities are not the strongest in her. It's not what we're really looking at her for. Skill folks, not really. Range. Oh, because the bard sometimes gets ranger abilities. All right. I think the urban area would do you well. At some point in the future, anyway. You do like a good joke, so try hideous laughter. Camellia. An assassin might be a thing for you. Let's see. Dragon Disciple, not really. Arcane Trickster. No. I think an assassin is where we're going to go with you. Although, if I look at that... Sneak attack gained. Poison attack. Which would be useful. Every day they create special 3 plus the assassin level is the number of doses you have. As move action, an assassin can apply one of the poisons to their melee weapon, and the next successful attack applies it to the target. Save DC for all poisons is 10 plus the assassin level plus the int modifier, but you don't have a good int modifier. If it's through a sneak, which could be, it gets +2, so that'd be 12. I think it might be worth it. Fortitude save, the assassin's class level is and int. Yes. Yes, we'll have you go towards assassin, which means you need more stealth. It's currently at 2. We'll keep you with Spirit Hunter for now. And you're going to need yet another turn, and yet another one to get there. Fencing Grace with Rapier. Perfect. Lan. We're done with the monk. We are working on your cleric level. And you are our athletic mobility person. What other... Dragon style? No. Extra channeling might not be a bad move. I'm just trying to think. Warrior Priest. Again, +1 bonus on initiative checks and +1 concentration. That's good. I wonder if there's a reason we can't do that. Either way, it seems to be suggesting we can't. Let's see. Extra channel, yes. Waljeff, my eldritch scoundrel. I could make you an eldritch knight, of course. Or I could make you an arcane trickster. But do I need to? Or would you do well just as an eldritch scoundrel? I think you'd stay as an eldritch scoundrel, don't you? Well, what? I wonder what your statistics are. It might be worth you becoming an assassin as well. Oh, hang on. Assassins are evil. They are not evil. You're neutral. All right. Accomplished sneak attacker, definitely. And then we have... Let's have... Bear's endurance and bull strength. Ember! Dear Ember. My stigmatized witch. You could become a dragon. That would be a thing. It would certainly be a thing. But you don't, mind you, you don't have good attack skills, do you? You'd have -4 of them all. Arcane focus. Yes, why not? And you have... let's see... Sleep. And a level 2 spell. Delay poison is not that valuable to me. Delay poison communal is. Cure moderate wounds. Let's have a look at the spellbox. Right. Level 1, complete. Level 2. Bull strength. Another bull strength. Bear's endurance. I'd give him bull strength. Maybe me and Sealer as well. So. Level 3. Magical vestment. You have delay poison communal. I resist energy communal. Helps, yes. It's worth having that, at least once. Nothing at level 4. You, my friend. Right now, Cure Light Wound will help us, so we will have that. And that's all you've got right now. Waljeff. Waljeff, let's... actually... I don't need these in there anymore, do I? Enlarged person. Can I put that there? No. Well, a blessing. In fact, why don't you have a Cure Light Wounds for you as well? 2. Yes. 3. Yes. Well, Jeff, we don't need you to have that stuff on anymore. Me and Sealer. Some magical armor for yourself. And Ember. Don't know if Lan will need it. And perhaps one use of grease wouldn't hurt you. Then you have some pits. Let's have a see invisible. We're not going to use it often, but it's there when we need it. Now, down we go. That's true. I could change lands because I can sacrifice a prepared spell for it.
Well, that happened. Damn! It's just not my lucky day. Call me again if you need to.
Right, up we go.
Now, what is that?
It's a trap. I think you know about traps, don't you?
hope you appreciate this.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Wasn't necessary, the fight's over. But at least it gives him a bit of exercise, shall we say.
I found something.
A enchanted buckler. There we are.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
Ability 18.
Good, aren't I?
And there we are. Now it looks like there's a downstairs to this place. Through here.
This way.
And with this, let's go in and see what's downstairs.
Wherever my legs carry me.
We have angels. And we have Almanac. Don't think there's anything in the Almanac of Tower of Estrod, but there might be an angel, so let's just have a look. Oh. Right, we're out of there.
Forwards! No, backwards. Backwards!
Who's this person? A pale and frightened half-elf looks at you warily. His face is twisted into a grimace, like he just ate something slimy. Hey, who are you? Praise Baphomet. What are you doing here? Did Faxon send you? I heard a noise outside, but I was busy making a list of the relics. Did something happen? Who are you? I'm Telma, the scribe and senior aide to Lord Xanther, the plagued one. And do forgive me, but Faxon hasn't been assigned to this command, does he not? Where is he? What are you doing here? I'm compiling a list of the valuable Crusader artifacts. You're very helpful telling us complete stranger this, aren't you? Lord Xanther has ordered that everything of use should be transported from Canabres and saved from the looting and destruction. We chose a museum as a place to collect and sort through the trophies. Unfortunately, the local thieves have proved to be quicker off the mark than the demons. They ransacked the museum in the first few hours of the assault. But there are some objects of interest among the exhibits they left behind. The museum custodian has been kind enough to advise me on those, but where is Faxon? Waldrich sniggers. Finest thieves in Mendef. Turn your back and everything that isn't nailed down to the floor will be gone when you turn around. The demons have no chance against them. Master of our trade, do ya? There you go, bragging again, dummy. Thieving has never led to anything but harm, trust me. If you fought the way you thieve, now that might be useful. No thanks, every person has their calling and this is mine. But imagine if you fought as well as we thieve. Who are you? Oh, we've seen that. Where's the museum custodian? Over in the gallery, I deceived him. I told him I was a crusader. It wasn't difficult. The old geezer is out of his mind. So tell me, where is Faxon? Yeah, get your hands off the half-elf. Leaps back nimbly, pulling a sheath of papers from his bag as he goes. No, I have valuable letters from Lord Xanther here. I must destroy them. A moment later, the half-elf's eyes bulge and he opens his mouth, which is stuffed with masticated paper. He tries to cough, but nothing comes out. The failed saboteur looks at you in desperation. His eyes are streaming, his face is growing paler by the second, and he falls to his knees. A strangled wheeze emerges from behind the wad of paper. His expressions veer from the hilarious to the grotesque as he signals for you to help. Want some salt or pepper with that? No, I've never tried eating paper myself, but a little seasoning goes a long way, whatever the meal. Alright, I'll help him. I don't care if these pages contain the innermost secret of Baphomet himself. I'm not touching that. The cultist coughs violently and then, after taking a trembling breath, leaps up and takes off running. He disappears, leaving you with a wad of correspondence. It is much worse to wear. Yeah, I'd imagine it is. Angels on the nature of the divine. Have I seen that? We've got severed heads. We don't need them. Masticated letter. Not worth anything. Carefully pick up. That's just telling me what they want to do with things. Drop it.
Trail me.
I see something here. Some potions. This helmet belonged to the Pathfinder Scotia, Paralector of the Order of the Gate. More detail that it's been stolen. Looks like a lot of things have been stolen.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
More Almac, the Tower of Estrad. Alright. Who are you? Oh, Teldon! Hey! The old man, looking around absent-mindedly, shrinks away as you get closer. His head seems to shake uncontrollably, but his hands are surprisingly deft, and his shoulders he'll level a magic wand at you. Stay back! Which are you, robber or demon? Hey, take it easy, Gramps. So that's the way, is it? See horns and you think thief or demon? Quit scaring the old man, dummy. Have you seen your horns? They, how should I put this? Don't exactly inspire trust in a city that's currently overrun by demons. Hey there, hey, there are horns and then there are horns. I'm not going to hurt you. The old man goggles at you in terror but doesn't lower his wand. A rustling comes from somewhere behind him. Rats. The old man wheels around fearfully and peers in the direction the sound came. The hand holding the wand gradually falls to his side. When he turns back to you, there is no fear in his expression, only a vague confusion. I'm sorry, I was distracted. What were we talking about? Who are you? The old man lowers his wand in confusion. I think... His expression grows distraught and mournful, as though he is on the verge of crying. I forget. His gaze falls on the piece of cloth carefully stitched to his cloak, which reads, Teldon. Teldon, Tower of Estrad Museum Custodian. Ah, I'm Teldon, the custodian here. My memory isn't what it once was. You don't say. My faculties are failing me, but at one time my mind could cut like a diamond. Yeah, it seems like it cuts like a pane of glass now. That's still in one piece. As a battle mage, one of the few who survived the battle of the Lost Chapel. Actually, a better phrase would be cut like coal, since that's more related to diamond. But I'm an old man now. Sometimes I set down my keys one moment, and the next, I can't remember where I put them. With a pleased smile, the old man pulls a hefty set of keys from his pocket and proudly shows them to you. Here they are, my keys, my little lovelies. I would never give them away. Remembering himself, the old man hastily stows the keys back in his pocket. Give me the keys. Out of the question. According to museum protocol, the custodian does not have the right to hand over the keys. Don't you understand? This museum holds things that could help in the fight against demons. Biting his lip, the old man hands you the keys. You're right. I'm just an old duffer. Take whatever you want and go defend the city. Go to the Defender's Heart. There are people there. They'll look after you. The old custodian gives you a toothless smile. Really? It's safe there. But how can I leave the museum? His gaze falls upon the trace of the ransacking, and the old man becomes lost in thought, as though trying to find an explanation for what he's seeing. You know what happened here, don't you? Thieves, they were. Prowling about, wanted to rob the museum, but I stopped them. Those ne'er-do-wells came in here, and I gave them what for? A dose of battle magic. They won't be back. Don't you worry about me. I may be old, but I can still hold my own. Alright, I have to go. I don't think you've got anything useful to say to me, honestly. There's some loot there. Oh, that's what I just dropped, isn't it? Can't do anything with that. Why? That's weird. Nothing's happening. Alright, I mean, it looks like I should be able to. But I actually can't. That door we've been through. This door we haven't.
What's that there?
Looks like we got some traps in here.
Something.
What do we have here?
Right. Trap there.
I am helpful.
Trap there.
Am I not? I am helpful. Am I not?
Trap there.
I hope you appreciate this.
Chest. Chest. More boxes.
I am helpful.
What's a bow?
Am I not?
That's a book. Right. What's this bow? Entrapping longbow. You can wield longbow? You might as well wield this one then. You've got your longbow. What's this? It's a Grace of Peace. You can't use it. You can't use kukris. Alright, then we move on. Unless there's anything else down here? Nope. Right, it looks like we move on. What's here? Almost missed that door.
This way.
Golarian faith. Some junk. More junk. What was that? Lady Chalandra's chain shirt. Mithril, so it's light armor. With 10 arcane spell failure. And max dex 6. I mean, you could wear that. You could wear that without a problem. Also, you can swap that in. It's a buckler plus 1 instead of a regular buckler. Why not? Oh, what? Oh, because it's other... You've got those protecting you. No. I'll take that back. And you can have that one. And then... you could wear that. And it's within the thing, so why not? Oh, that you don't need to, do you? But... what are you wearing there? Braces plus 1. I have engraved lucky braces. I think we're okay with this as it stands right now. Alright. Is it on this side? No. It's basically gone.
Wherever my legs
Alright,
carry me.
I'm not sure what that was that I was seeing there that didn't let me do anything and then seems to have disappeared. It doesn't matter. We're done here. The translucent silhouette of a winged female warrior glows before you. Brought us back to awakening. Greetings. Who are you? Not who, what? Memories. This place was created as a cradle of memory and fancy. The things that belong to the city heroes were kept here. People used to come to this place to remember those heroes, and myself and the others are living memories. You woke us, so here we are. Lost things seem silent until you care to listen to them. Like here, someone's memory was woken to reveal itself to us. So your memories of who? Of heroes the city wished to immortalize. Go, touch a memory and see how they remembered us. After all, this place was created so that our names would never disappear from the mists of history. There used to be a place like this near Neathorn, Lan sighs. Quiet, calm. I used to walk among the plinths and pedestals, wondering the people who founded this place, what was driving them. Were they thinking about future generations, how to pass down their wisdom to show the right path? Or were they thinking of themselves, trying to keep their names and deeds alive? But then the ceiling collapsed and that place didn't exist anymore, so my question was moot. I wish I could say that we were not dishonoured, that we have not dishonoured your memory. But Knabres lies in ruins, and but you fearlessly battle the invaders with no thought for yourself. I won't say that. You have earned no censure. We are proud of you. Right, in the olden days, mortal kind lost to the demons, time after time after time, and now their descendants are continuing the losing streak. How could you not be proud of that? Why did you help me? A soft smile appears on the woman's face. I sense something in you, as if you are close to me somehow. Like we stood shoulder to shoulder once in the face of evil. Well, we must do so again. I sense the light, so it dwells within you. Very recently you were threatened by a powerful demon, and a dark bloodlust tried to enslave your soul. But you opposed it and held fast. Continue to follow the path of light, and other righteous souls will aid and follow you. Farewell, Vision. Alright, and we're done. I don't need that stuff. We'll go to... Oh. We can't get there from this way. Alright. We'll close out there today, I think. And come back next time. Whether streaming or recording. With Market Square and onwards. I've been Sir Yorkie of the Shire. And you've been a fine companions. And I shall join you next time.